Hey guys, welcome to my next video. My name is Kevin Felix. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about movies, TV shows, DC, Marvel, rumors, like doing reviews too on occasion of certain films I go to see. Like today I'll be talking about the chances of an Iron Man 4 in the works for the Marvel Studios and Robert Downey Jr. Being there. I'm basically going to be saying about Robert Downey Jr. as RDJ. It's a lot easier than saying his full name, not to be rude to him, but it's easier for me. RDJ has said a lot of stuff lately that, has been kind of questionable. Like he said several months ago that he'd be open to another Iron Man installment, and then he just said, I think it was yesterday, that at the TIFF, Toronto Film Festival, that there are no works, there's nothing in the works for another Iron Man film. And that he was basically in denial mode. He wasn't, confirming anything or anything like that, and that he has not heard anything about another Iron Man film. Basically, I just quoted him on that. So, and my thoughts on that is basically, I can believe that. A lot of people think, oh, we should be getting Iron Man 4 sometime soon, and I actually don't think we will. Just because Marvel has so much in the slate right now for so many films, and they're only gonna. I think personally, excluding Hulk on this, every other main character like Thor or Captain America will get 3 movies, solo films, and that's it. All they really need to do is establish those characters, and it's all they need. So once they establish them, then they can show up on each Avengers films, and there's no reason why they would not show up on the Avengers films if they can fully establish their characters and who they are and all of that. Like in Iron Man 3, they basically brought Tony Stark full circle as a character. Like he was able to deal with a lot of his problems in the film, like anxiety and the fear of not having control of his life and all that kind of thing. Like I think he had this kind of similar problems in previous films, Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1, where he has this power and he can't kind of deal with it. But at the end of Iron Man 3, he was able to come full circle, and he was able to deal with, he can't be Iron Man all the time, so he creates these suits where he can control them and they can deal with the bad guys, and he can live with Pepper Potts and live in peace and so forth. I basically think they're going to do the same thing with each character, like Captain America and Thor, where Thor kind of went through that in Thor: The Dark World. Like I don't know. There might be different reincarnations of full circle, the whole full circle cycle. Like in Thor: The Dark World, I think Thor went pretty close to that. There might be a little something more he has to deal with. Maybe his brother being alive. Spoiler in Thor: The Dark World at the end of it. But like I only think they're gonna do 3 films for each individual Avenger, and then they're gonna be done. They don't need to do more. All they have to do is basically establish them, and that's it. It's because why do they need to do more? I'm sure they will do an Iron Man 4 at some point down the road. It probably won't be with Robert Downey Jr., which it sucks for me. I'm a big RDJ fan, but I understand why Marvel probably won't do it with him. Because he'll do Avengers 2, he'll do Avengers 3, and if they can't make some kind of deal and possibly pass that, then I don't know. That's basically my theory on that. Why they don't need to do an Iron Man 4. It's more of a want than a need, because Marvel has a lot of characters in the slate, like Doctor Strange, Black Panther. Finishing up their current Avengers and their solo films. They're only going to establish those characters, and then that's it. That's all they need to do, and then because they need to make sure that there's no reason or in the storyline why they would not show up for another Avengers film. So that's my kind of idea to why we probably won't see an Iron Man 4 with Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, that's kind of why I think that. I love the character, but I understand why they're not doing it. Because they'll make lots of money, but where are they gonna go with the story? With the way the ending was kind of for Iron Man 3, the ending was almost kind of the ending beginning thing for The Dark Knight Rises. With Bruce Wayne walked away from being Batman, and he's able to live the way he wants to live, and not be worried about dealing with Gotham City anymore. And he basically handed the suit on to someone else. to who is that cop in Dark Knight Rises who helped him. So it's basically where I think that they're going to go with that character, where if like they didn't show that in Iron Man 3 where he was going to give the suit away. He just basically was going to build a bunch of suits, an army of suits, and basically control them so they can go deal with terrorists while he's eating dinner with pepper pots on Thanksgiving. So I think that's basically where they're going to go with that. Eventually they'll give the Iron Man suit away to someone else, another character or another actor to play Tony Stark. I think they just did this to prolong that process, just in case, you know, RDJ may change his mind down the road. We'll have to see, but that's kind of my speculation why they're not going to give the suit to someone else right now, but they are going to show that, you know, he's no longer going to be the guy zooming around saving people, where it'll be his own suits that he'll be controlling, and he wants to live his life with pepper pots and all that kind of thing. So that's why, like, other than maybe actually showing the real Mandarin, like spoiler if you haven't seen Iron Man 3, but obviously in Iron Man 3, the Mandarin, it was kind of fake. It was Ben Kingsley. It was a whole extremist thing. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you watch it so you understand. But the Mandarin, the real Mandarin from the comics, never showed up. Like, they kind of faked him out with Ben Kingsley actually wearing the rings and the jacket, and they never ended up being him. So I would be open to another Iron Man or the Iron Man 4 showing the real Mandarin, being that there was this, you know, if you've seen Marvel movies and you know what the next thing I'm going to talk about is that the Marvel shorts they make, like the Marvel short films they've done with, you know, Agent Coulson, Peggy Carter, the character from Captain America, the lover of Captain America. They made this short called All Hail the King, which had Ben Kingsley in jail at the time. Like, he was arrested, obviously, at the end of Iron Man 3, sent to jail for being the fake Mandarin, and he's having this interview with a reporter who's basically working for the real Mandarin, and he even shows off a tattoo of the 10 rings of the Mandarin. So he basically, in all essence, the reporter, you know, brings a gun out of his camera. He's like, I don't know, something like that, and he shoots Ben Kingsley's I don't know what you call him, maybe bodyguard of some sort, and he basically takes Ben Kingsley to the real Mandarin, where he's gonna have take punishment for acting like the real Mandarin when he wasn't. So, you know, that opens up the door. I'm not sure what's canon at this point. Like, you'd have to ask Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, that question. But like, I would love to see it. Like, I'd be open to a real Mandarin. Like, I think it's a whole, how do you say it? Like, they could do another kind of minor crossover in Iron Man 4 where it's a real Mandarin, and they connect the Mandarin to something else in the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They could do that. Then they could end the character right there, where you'll see him in other Captain America films where he's working with him to find this or this guy or bad guy. Like, it's another way to really you know, bring this, like, tie the strings closer and closer to each film, and like each solo film of each character together. So, you know, just like I think it was what Marvel said in their special Marvel expanding the universe kind of TV thing they did. I think it was way back in March, that really each character has their own narrative, but at the end of the film, that narrative ends up becoming much larger than the narrative that's connected to the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's about making those characters important without, you know, wanting to skip over that movie and go to this, you know, next Avengers movie. So yeah, that's a good idea, where you're able to make the character feel really important, without, you know, oh, it's part of a much there's a much larger narrative of that story at the end of the movie, where you don't see it until the end of the movie, but it's about making that character feel important without, you know, overwhelming him with the whole storyline and narrative of the connection with other films and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah. So it's about not overwhelming the character with such a story that's so complex and, you know, overbearing or anything like that. So like, I'd be open for an Iron Man 4 that was, you know, showed the real Mandarin and then had more of a more repercussions over the Marvel Cinematic Universe and more connections possibly with other characters, and yeah, and maybe a few more crossovers. So like in Iron Man 4, that would most likely be his final film if RDJ were to return to the Iron Man franchise. But then if they were able to connect the characters like, you know, Captain America, or yeah, let's go Captain America, Iron Man. And Captain America made a cameo in Iron Man 4 to fight the Mandarin, and he ends up believing that there's a larger story, a larger bad guy behind the Mandarin that he's going after, or he, you know, maybe the Ten Rings is part of Hydra or something. Like, that'd be a cool storyline though to hide it, and that would be a smaller narrative though in Iron Man 4 where he's fighting the Mandarin, but he ends up finding out at the end of the film where he defeats the Mandarin that he was actually part of Hydra. The whole, you know, those bad guys from the Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Captain America, the First Avenger. So that would be cool, where they could do like a smaller narrative, the character narrative where he's fighting the Mandarin, which he does in the comics, and then he finds out that he's actually connected to a much larger problem that expands the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that'd be my own opinion on it. Like, I wouldn't bet $10 on it, but it would be very interesting and good way to be able to connect the films, being that Captain America fought Hydra and the Captain America the Winter Soldier, and they could cross connect that after the Avengers Age of Ultron, possibly. That'd be cool. At least that's my own thought on that. And with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, they have Marvel has so many characters in the works. It's not even funny, like Black Panther, and they have Doctor Strange, which I'm hoping Joaquin Phoenix is due to play Doctor Strange. That is not confirmed. That's not confirmed. It's in rumors for the last couple months that he's been in deal to be Doctor Strange, which that character is so awesome. Like, I've read some of the comics, I didn't know who he was, but the name sounded so awesome and so original. And then when I read the comics, he's a Sorcerer Supreme, so I really liked it, the comics, reading them. So yeah, sorry guys, my throat's I'm getting off a cold, and it's raining here in Alberta. I mean, not raining, it's snowing, and it's only been a few weeks past summer, so I don't understand this, so it's yeah. I think Thor might be mixing up the weather out there. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you have something to say, there are comment area down there on my finger. One finger is down. Okay, there we go. Yeah. If you like it, which I'd be very much appreciated, I do make videos every Monday about certain topics, possibly in the news, or about movies, or anything like that. I usually post on the day prior, so it'll be on a Sunday that I would post to say, okay, I'll be talking about this tomorrow, which will be today. And yeah, and my next video, actually, I do have a much a looser video where I talk about several different things other than one topic. It falls on Thursdays or Fridays. I usually will post ahead of time, let you know as a viewer when I'll have my next video up. Thank you very much for watching this. I very much appreciate you watching this video. I'm a very raw person. I like to make these videos and make the feeling. Like, a lot of people edit out and edit a lot of their videos, and that's cool. It's just, I like doing very raw videos. So I'm a big movie fan of Marvel and DC and so forth, and I love talking about this stuff. So thank you very much. If you like this video, please like somewhere over here. And if you like it a lot, then you can subscribe. And you never know what you can hear on my YouTube channel. I like talking about a bunch of different things. And I also like posting videos from concerts. If you haven't seen my video from the Katy Perry concert, which has actually had 50 to 60 views already, which I went to, I think it was last week. I went to see Katy Perry at VIP. I met her, and I was inside stage. But yeah, thank you very much.